Today is opening day for North Carolina's early voting period. The chaos of the election 2 years ago is casting a bit of a shadow over the process for election workers. Partisan poll watchers will have new rules to follow inside voting places. WRAL Capitol Bureau Chief Laura Leslie reports election officials hope things run smoothly, but they're ready in case they don't.
Partisan poll observers are part of North Carolina's voting laws. Each political party appoints and trains observers in advance. They're allowed to observe voters inside the polling place and report back to their party or ask a site supervisor if something seems wrong. They're not allowed to interfere with voting or election workers or see anyone's ballot or personal information or take photos or videos of people voting.
I came on as director in July of 2020.
During the May primary, Wayne County Elections Director Annie Risku was one of many officials across the state who dealt with observers doing all these things and more. Some encounters were confrontational.
The most problematic, the most egregious was, positioning yourself in between the voter and the voting equipment. So that was a direct interference with that voter's ability to cast their ballot with the privacy that they're entitled to.
Risku said they've never had problems with poll observers in the past, but this year some wanted to assist election workers with securing ballots and voting machines and even followed workers back to the elections office at the end of the day. The State Elections Board recently issued a 12-page rule memo to help election judges understand what observers are and are not allowed to do. They also trained local election workers in conflict de-escalation.
But I think now we're more increasingly worried about, physical security, safety of everybody concerned, the precinct officials, the voters, us as staff.
Some conservative groups have been recruiting election deniers to work as poll observers this fall. Wake County Elections Director Gary Sims declined to name any because he said he didn't want to bolster their agendas, but he's concerned about disruptions at the polls.
You can pretty much turn on the news any day and see some of these organizations that are out there on a national level that are calling for people to possibly do some things that they shouldn't be doing because they're not following the laws.
Sims says he welcomes legitimate poll observers as part of the election process, and he's hopeful everything will go smoothly. But he's also working closely with local and state law enforcement in case it doesn't.
We aren't going to put up with it. People are just going to be able to vote. Everybody's going to get to vote their one ballot for this election, and people should not be harassed just to exercise their very right to vote.
Laura Leslie, WRAL News, Raleigh.
North Carolina's early voting period runs for 17 days. It will end on the first Friday of November. If you did miss the voter registration deadline, you can still register and vote on the same day at one-stop sites with proof of your name and address. WRAL has launched a voter guide. It's a way to get to know the candidates on your ballot and read what they say about the issues in their own words. Plan your vote with a sample ballot, then you can find your voting place, where you should go, and set a reminder for yourself. The WRAL Voter Guide on WRAL.com. Just search vote.